The opinions expressed of this show are for entertainment purposes and should not be misconstrued or interpreted as fact. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another year of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Alongside me, as he has been for the last 2 years? 3 years?
I don't know, man. I was going to say 4. What is it, 3?
4 years?
Look, man, it feels like this, though, Jose. Every year, it feels great, man. I don't get to be on screen with you enough. I look forward to this. I love doing it. And then by the end of the summer, I'm like, wow,
Get me out of here.
The fuck is this going to ever end? Like,
get me the fuck out. I'm tired of this. Fuck. Yeah. I understand. But good thing, Daby Cab. It's not going to be just us this year, hopefully. So shout out to everyone in the chat, as always, jumping in here early. I see a bunch of say heys in the chat. And the new wrinkle, we're trying to evolve this show, more wrinkles, making this thing more interactive. We have posted the link to the show on the chat. What does that mean? Do I click it? Will I get spam? Am I going to have a virus if I click that link? No. Here's the show right here. I put it in last night, so you're not going to see it on StreamYard. But it's on there. I see it. You just click the son of a bitch. You hit Safari or whatever your thing is, and you'll see your thing joining right there. You're going to accept all this bullshit. You're going to allow your cam and mic, and you're going to cancel. See, look at that. I'm already on right there. You cancel your camera, and you join without a mic here. And then we'll have you in the waiting room back there. You even type your name in right there, old Jose, and there you go. A little echo, too, here to match it. But there you go. You'll be in. You'll talk to us. It'll be a whole great thing. You'll give out your best bets. We cannot wait to hear from you all. So let's rock and roll, gentlemen. And how that will work, if you have a bet on the game that we're talking about, jump into the stream, call in, as I've been saying, because that is the radio term, even though we're not calling anyone. But call in, let us know your bet, give us 2-3 minutes of your time, and we're going to get you the fuck up out of here. So thank you.
You better not take 3 minutes to give us one bet, but call in, click the link. I put it in StreamYard again to make it easier. If I can't find it, I figure some of you guys are a little slow like me. Like, I don't know what Jose was saying where it was, but it's right there in the chat again. So we want to see you guys up here with us today.
Yes. Don't have to join with your camera if you want to. That's fine. But we want to hear from you guys what your action is. Because one, it's very helpful to me because I'd like to make money with you all. And two, because it's always a great time when we get people from the chat to join on screen, like our guy Justin McKelvey for a great example, etc. and etc. So it's going to be fun. Let's get going here. Shout out to everyone in here bright and early. My guy Damon Stantori. It's nice to see you, Damon. T. Moss. We've got Truth Teller in here. Justin, Old EJW, Dougie Wise, Sir Mackey Loves Pie, Ron Lofton, Wine Time Sports, Spoons dropping his action in here in a chat. Kerry Carpenter, Marlins -1, Orioles, and Rangers here. Excited to talk about your Rangers, Daby Cab. It's funny. At one point in our lovely twosome we've had here, you were very high on the Rangers. I was very low on the Rangers. And now I think the Rangers are one of the best teams in the American League. And from what I know, You hate this Rangers team.
No, they're pretty good. What do you mean I hate this Rangers team? They're pretty good.
I've heard you just say, God, this fucking pitching sucks.
No. They've done a good job. Shout out to Tyler Mahle. I think he's looked pretty good in his opening. And Kumar Rocker, shout out to him. Going today. He looked good in his first game. The second game, not so much. But your best friend Jack Leiter has been hot too. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know. What I think is, I learned this in baseball a long time ago. Like, winning is contagious, right? Some people win and some people lose. That you're going to find that in gambling. You're going to find that in everything you do in your life. There are winners and there are losers. Maybe they're winners. Maybe these guys are just fucking winners, right? Because their batting average isn't like through the roof or anything. Just find a way to get people on, get them over, get them in, win baseball games. That's what they're doing. You got Bochy at the helm. We'll see. It's a long season. We just got started, so we'll see.
We shall see. Indeed, I have a future on the Rangers to win that division, Daby Cab. So I'm a big Rangers guy this year. Big Rangers guy. So let's get into it, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for jumping in here bright and early on a Say Hey Saturday. We appreciate you guys. Nasty Nate, I did get Jack in the Box last night. It was surprisingly good, Nasty Nate. Surprisingly good. I shit all over Jack in the Box. It's surprisingly good nonetheless here. But let's
Look, bro. I mean, you can't bring that up and not have me say something. All I got to say is, like, it's 2025. Nothing costs the same as it did, like, back in the day, except for one thing: Jack in the Box tacos. It doesn't matter how much time passes; those motherfuckers are going to be 99 cents. It's because you don't know what's in them. But you know what? At 3 a.m., it don't matter. So it's all good.
Helga is a big fan of the Jack in the Box tacos. I cannot slander them. She'll come out and beat my ass right now if I do.
Raccoon meat inside of them, I'm pretty sure. But I mean,
I'm sure. I'm sure it is. That's the scary part about old Jack in the Box. All right, let's get into it, guys. Detroit, Minnesota Twins here starts off our program here, the 2025 edition of Say Hey Plays. I did have a nice day yesterday. I slapped my own ass a bunch last night. We felt great, but we turned the page and we move on to tomorrow, aka today. Jackson Jobe versus Chris Paddock here. It's funny, Jackson Jobe. I've seen all the hype about Jackson Jobe, but I've not really been sold every time I've watched him. It was a spot where I was semi-interesting fading him here. And I was like, okay, Chris Paddock, maybe the Tigers end up finding themselves favored here. But when I saw minus 125 for Chris Paddock, I was like, okay, wow, that's pretty surprising. Because I think both these pitchers are not very good. Jackson Jobe, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 4 Ks, 3 walks in his last outing against the White Sox. In his first one, he went 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 home runs allowed there as well. Chris Paddock, I mean, we've talked about him for quite a while at this point, and he had that 1 year with San Diego, found himself in Minnesota, and has not really found it since then. 4 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned against Houston. Got crushed by the aforementioned White Sox as well. 3 1/3, 9 earned runs against the White Sox there as well. And Chris Paddock has not seen the Tigers since 2022, so it's 2 pretty fresh looks at both of these lineups here for these pitchers. Now, let's talk about the markets here real quick. By the way, people wondering, I do not have any action in so far. I wait to put everything in with you guys because I value breaking down these games with our guy Daby Cab and everyone in the chat. Even though Daby Cab does ridicule my bets frequently, he will make fun of my bets frequently. If Cab saw the teams I bet on yesterday, he might projectile vomit.
You just said you had a good day. What'd you bet on? Like the Rockies?
I did bet on the Rockies last night. I did take the Rockies money line last night. That was one of my 2 losers last night.
That's always a bad bet, bro. There's never a day that it's a good day. Trying to predict that is just dumb.
Well, you would be proud. I faded the Red Sox last night. I took White Sox first 5, so that was nice. No sweat. Watch the Red Sox.
They're not a good baseball team, by the way. Talking about the Rangers being a good base, the Red Sox suck.
I disagree with you. there. I have so many Red Sox futures. I have to disagree with you. By the way, the line in this game, or the markets in this game, 66% of the bets and 66% of the money on the Detroit Tigers, 92% of the bets and 93% of the money on the over here. A lot of money all over the Tigers here. I'm going to refresh my odds sheet one more time here. What an inflation of this line. Line all over the Tigers here. And we have a Chris Paddock at minus 140 now. Minus 143 where we used to play poker. That's nuts here. And I just made these graphics here, and it was minus 125 where I was looking here. So I got to do some refreshes here and see, because that is a crazy jump in a short amount of time here for that change here. I can see I'm going to refresh my confirmed lineups and stuff here as well. And I'll give the lineups out, and I'll pass it to our friend Daby Cab here. Wallner, Castillo, Correa, Trevor Larnach, Byron Buxton, the guy that get hit every time, Ty France, Edward Julian, Harrison Bader, Christian Vasquez, and for the Tigers, Zach McKinstry, Kerry Carpenter, Kerry Bonds, as he's called, Spencer Torkelson, Riley Green, Colt Keith, who could be a movie star if his name, if he wasn't playing baseball. Colt Keith, great name. Justin Mallory, I believe it's Malloy. As well, Trey Sweeney, Javier Baez playing third base, and Thomas Nido. Cab, any thoughts on this game?
Like how you just named off all the fucking people on the roster. Look, knee-jerk reaction, I want to go over because, I wouldn't trust either of these guys on the mound. The problem is I don't trust the Twins at the plate at all, right? Doesn't mean they can't put up runs. We saw yesterday they were able to put up some runs. But neither of these teams, other than yesterday's game, neither of these teams have gone over this total in their last 4 games before that. It's just one of those things where it's like early in the season in baseball, you're better off looking towards unders than overs. I'm just going to come out and say, it's definitely the way that it is. The hitters don't really hit their form some of them don't hit form for a month or two. You got some, really good people at the plate right now that are just struggling because, they get into off season late because it's a long season. They get into off season late and they just haven't seen enough pitching yet at this point. I think some people are slowly starting to turn the corner, but it's enough to keep me off here. Look, I think right now with Detroit, after last season, surprising some people with what they did, there's still a little bit of momentum early coming into this year with them. Jose, I don't see any reason why, you wouldn't be looking to back Detroit most of the time. This just isn't the time for me.
Yeah, the market's kind of screaming to me that the Twins are the spot here, if I'm being honest. Opening up at minus 115, skyrocketing to minus 140. And like I've mentioned, 66% of the bets, 66% of the money on the Detroit Tigers here. A Twins, reverse line movement spot. Everyone betting the Tigers, making it more appealing to bet the Tigers. So Minnesota is going to be on my card in some form or fashion, if I'm being honest. There, Troy Torrance
this season or still no?
Excuse me?
You gonna bet props this season or still staying off of them?
No. I would say I'm still pussy. Yeah, I'm still pussy. Yeah, I've eliminated Daby Cab. If you're wondering, I tried to eliminate things that I suck at. I did my numbers this year or last year, and I am eliminated first 5 totals. I'm out. I'm done. I'm out. No more. I have not bet one this year, thankfully. I made this pact with Jimmy as well because his numbers sucked. He blacked out one time and bet one. Of course, it lost, and he learned his lesson. But I have not bet one this year, and I will not. I will not. The only way I will bet a first 5 total is a first 5 over, which I almost bet one the other day with your bet, Daby Cab. But I am not betting them because I was horrible at them last year. So, no. And, my props numbers weren't bad, Cab, if I'm being honest. I did those numbers. So I'm not opposed to betting them, but I'm not going out of my way to look and try to find
bro, you couldn't just give me a yes or no answer?
No, I'm very long-winded here. This is my first show of the season here, so I have to really expound on my answers today.
Okay.
Fair enough. All right, let's move on here as well. Here, and yes, saturated. It was mostly first 5 unders, so I will probably end up betting first 5 overs if I bet them at all. But I'm trying to stay off as a whole because
it's first 5 over for full game under. I've tried telling you that and everybody, but everybody's like, no, it's both the same. Like it's all under or all over. No, it's first 5 fucking over and full game under. All right.
I am going to try to take more juice here, Daby Cab, this year, not be such a pussy. So minus 145 for the Twins might end up being on my card. By the way, let's bring in our first guest because, god damn it, we want to hear you guys in the chat. Troy saying he likes the Twins. Well, damn it, click the link at the top pinned at the fucking chat, and you'll see it right there. If you click on it, you'll jump in the show and join us here. Like our first guest, I'm excited to have this man on. We've talked several times. I don't think I've ever hosted a show and had this man on. So, god damn it, I'm glad to do it today. It's the one, the only Justin McKelvey. Justin McKelvey, my guy, nice to see you. Hello, how goes it? How are you?
I've had better days. I'm about to get that light on. I'll get that on in 1 second.
Oh, no worries.
Fine, though. Huh?
You look lovely, Justin. You look lovely.
Yeah,
I would say, Justin, I can't guarantee you if I could switch hair with anyone in the Pub Sports Radio universe, it would be with you, Justin.
So now everybody's picturing what you look like with Stack's hair, and this is the baseball show, Jose. I don't know what you're trying to make it.
Well, I'm just like giving my guy Justin a compliment. Justin, thanks for joining us here. Before I set this game up here, I'd love to hear what you're on here on this Cardinals Phillies game. If that's the game you're on, I assume it is.
I am. That light for me. Yeah.
Oh, what a nice thing. Look at that. How nice. Turn, get the light. Look at just dodging the camera. There we go. There we go. Great. There we go. There, beautiful work here. A great start to say hey place here. The lights are on. We're playing baseball, Justin. What do you have?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that dark when I set it up.
No worries. You look great.
I got action in this one too. Did you come on because you got a bet in this game, Justin, or just like to give out the bet you have?
Got bet at this game.
What are you on, Justin? Let's hear it. I'm very interested to hear what you have to say about this game.
Stats play day number 1. Shortstop over 1.5 bases plus 102. Those of y'all who don't know what I'm talking about, Trey Turner.
I was going to say, Jose, tell us who he's talking about.
God,
I forgot there's people who might not know what I'm first time, might not know what I'm talking about. So
that's bad.
You know, Justin, I forgot that I don't say that guy's name. So thank you for catching or putting me on, Justin. Thank you for reminding me that I still don't say that guy's name. So thank you.
Well, I'm trying to be non-controversial, so
yeah, that is a slur around here. You're right.
And I try to avoid sensitive subject, but I this spot with Michaelis, I actually I usually don't send my plays to my homies because when I do, I usually lose. But I sent this one to my homies.
Hell yeah!
And then I'm when I get off here, I just had my back hurt. I've had a long day, so. But
it's only fucking 10 a.m., 11 a.m., fucking noon around people's houses right now.
My oldest daughter finally moved, so I'm too old to be moving. That's why I pay people to move. Like, I'm not built for that shit. My back hurt, my legs hurt.
I feel that.
I pay people do it nowadays. It's bad. I'm lazy now.
And then there's a spider in my man cave.
That's a battle. Justin's fighting a good fight right now.
I don't know where he went, so I had to change everything. That's why all this is different because I wanted to get something to kill it, and when I came back, he wasn't there.
Bro, you thought it was a him, it was a she, and she just laid her babies under your bed.
Oh no, Terminex will be here in like an hour. I'm not going back up there. He was big as shit. I don't do bugs.
I tell you guys what. I got action in this too, Jose. Since you haven't even given the market out or anything, let me just say my action. Then you can.
Please.
We'll do this one completely backwards. I'm with you, though. I'm fading Michaelis in a way, too. Look, Bryce Harper has not been hitting the ball well. Hell, in his last 5 at bats, he hasn't even got a hit. He's dropped down to 250 as an average, which, I mean, there's a lot worse out there. If you look across the league, there are some people struggling right now, which bodes back to my point of like, look out for hitters early. They're not striding. They're not hitting form yet, right? But this is a matchup that he's familiar with. Okay, he's seen Michaelis more than 21 times, but 21 counted at bats, seven hits, 2 doubles, 1 home run. So that's a 333 average. It's a place where he's comfortable. It's a place to start getting right. Bryce Harper over 1.5 bases, plus 105. Let me make sure that's what I bet. I know you can get that, but let me make sure that's what I bet.
That's excellent.
Yeah, I got 105. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about this game. I'll give you guys the market, and we'll say adieu to our guy Justin here. I appreciate you, Justin, for breaking the seal and jumping in here first. I also like your pen as well. Let's get after it here. We've got Christopher Sanchez, Miles Michaelis here, 2 pitchers that I find very interesting. Christopher Sanchez, a guy that I have now written as a back guy, but strictly at home. Our guy Sharpie has told us that they grow the grass very long in the infield, water that shit down, kill balls, because you have Sanchez and Ranger Suarez, who are both ground ball pitchers, and they need that grass to kill the balls there. So it makes sense now. He's in St. Louis, not the same here. Very interested to see how he does. His first 2 starts at home, 5 2/3, 4 earned runs against the Dodgers, 2 home runs, 9 Ks, 1 walk. Against the Rockies at home, 5 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 7 Ks, 2 walks. I think Christopher Sanchez, again, good pitcher. I would back him, but only at home. So we'll see how he does here today against Michaelis, who obviously we all know stinks. You guys mentioned as well, you're taking player props against the Michaelis here. 2 2/3, 11 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned at the very least for Miles Michaelis against the Red Sox last time. Had a good start at home against the Angels, 5 1/3, 2 hits, 2 earned runs there. Faced the Phillies twice last year as well, 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 5 Ks, 1 walk, 2-4 loss there, even though he pitched pretty decently there. And last time, or his first time against them last year, 6 2/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs there against him as well. So, and that was a 3-5 loss in 10 innings as well. So these games have been pretty close with Michaelis on the bump, but we will see how he does here today. For the player prop bettors out there, I'm going to bring up the stats here real quick. Miles Michaelis, batter versus pitcher, because I know these numbers are probably very high here. Trey Turner, 318 batting average, 22 plate appearances, 7 hits, 3 doubles, and RBI there. Schwarber hits 194, but has a home run against him, 31 plate appearances. Bryce Harper, 333 average, 21 plate appearances, 7 hits, 2 doubles there, and a home run. Guy that really hits him as well, Alec Boehm. If you guys are prop putters out there, 12 at-bats, or should I say 13 plate appearances, 12 at-bats. He got walked once. 6 hits, a double, and a home run there. So very interesting nonetheless here. Market in this game, let's talk about that real quick, and then we can roll forward here. 84% of the bets, 92% of the money on the Philadelphia Phillies here. Kind of unsurprising there. This line has gone up from minus 140 openers to minus 175 now. Just had to do a refresh to make sure there. But minus 140 openers yesterday afternoon, up to minus 150 by the nighttime, and it gets up to minus 175 here. Beautiful work breaking down this game, guys. I'm not going to be on this one, a little bit too juicy for me. I also will mention this total is pretty low at a 7.5 here. 99% of the bets and money are on the over in this game. It's, I'm seeing now 8s across the board. So at least there's that, but there's an openers of 8. I don't know. It just seems a little fishy to have this line being so low for the total. I would expect to be a little higher in this game, and I'll also mention the weather. It's a nice day, 62 degrees. There's not that much wind either, so very interesting. But no action here for me, Justin. Thank you for jumping on. Do you have any more action?
Yeah, real quick. I'll be back on. I got one more official play. But
Beautiful.
one thing I did want to say is I was on the Twins. It's nothing official, but I bet it. I got the Twins at minus 115, and I'm seeing it when you was breaking the game down at minus 137. So I love that spot now,
Yeah,
especially
I'm
when I
jealous.
heard. And then about this Phillies game, and I've been trying to learn how to read lines more and more. I'm trying to sharpen and get better with that. And from what I see from this, the books are saying Michaelis is going to deal because I got the Phillies team total over 4.5 minus 104 this morning when I first seen it. I thought I was stealing, and now I look at it. Now it's plus money. So my thing is, they think Michael is going to deal. I can't see it. I think it's
Yeah,
going to be like a 7-4 type game, Phillies way.
that's
I mean,
kind
that's
of
how
what
I
it
see
feels
it.
like. That's kind of what it feels like as
Yeah,
well.
that's what
Cab,
I see.
what do you think, Cab?
About what? The market or Michaelis?
A
All the
little of
above.
both, yeah.
All I was gonna say, man, is like baseball is a little different than other markets. So if you're just now starting to really try and pay attention to it, I mean, I know the reads are the same as it is in basketball and football and across the board or whatever sport you're looking at, but baseball always plays out the way baseball plays out. I don't know how to say it. It's baseball, dude. It's the reason why you bet the Rockies yesterday, Jose, because the worst fucking team can beat the best team on any day. The best player on a team might not get a hit or might not pitch good, and the worst player might hit 2 home runs. I mean, it's fucking baseball. So, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is the market's still important, but also at the same time, take it with a grain of salt here.
All right, beautiful. Justin, I thank you very much. We'll see you back here very soon.
Hey, I'll be back on for the Mets game.
All right, beautiful. We'll see you then, Justin McKelvey. We have our first caller here as we move on. I'm very interested to hear what game this guy has action in. He's being a father right now, and he's a damn good one because he's mine when he acknowledges it. It's old Jimmy the Bag calling in. Hello, Jimmy. How's it going?
Hello, fellas. Hello, fellas. First time caller, long time fornicator. Excited about your big show here. Jose, say hey's back in business. I'm excited. Excited. Daby Cab, what's happening, man? Nice to see you. How are you fellas doing?
I'm doing well. I'm more interested in the details of the fornication, but we can hold off on that for now. Jimmy, what game did you have action in by chance?
I actually wanted to open up like famous Sylvester Stallone story. He's in Vancouver shooting a movie. They mic you up, right? They get you all mic'd up, and he leaves set and he doesn't press the button, so he's still mic'd up in his trailer. And I guess he invites an extra into the trailer. You know how it works on sets,
Sure.
and so the whole production crew is listening to him, and he keeps repeating, "Cup the balls, oh, cup the balls, you got." Oh, cup the balls, cup the. And he kept, and so they said, "Cup the balls." That was the through line through the whole movie. Cup the balls. So I wanted to start with that, and I didn't do a very good job. But thank you for having me. I have this for you guys.
Sure.
If you are betting 1 unit on all of your best spots on the board today, your favorite spots on the board, take one best bet and parlay it with the Los Angeles Kings in hockey. That's a perfect way for you to get a little bit of extra action on your favorite bet, your best bet. The Avalanche are not trying; they're letting go. The Kings need to win this at home. It's moved about 35 cents since I bet it. It's going to keep moving, but take your best MLB bet and tie it with the LA.
Can I offer you the other parlay piece, and maybe you could ride this together with me?
Yes, in fact, I don't have much action today, so I will bet this.
Well, you guys can do that. I'm going to take something different than whatever Jose says. I'm going to bet it as well, but I'm probably not using what you pick. We'll see. Let's go.
That's fine. I'm going to use the Minnesota Twins.
Not gonna happen.
Here. Money line minus 145. I bet that for a unit already here. So I'm laying some pretty juice there straight. So I'll add it in a parlay here. A little under 2-1 there. So that'll be a nice little payday. Kings, Twins there. You'd like the market, Jimmy. All the money on the underdog, public dog, and Jackson Job here. And the line moving vigorously, like your fornication, to the Twins there.
You know what? I'll move on both of these. I don't have much action. I'll move on Twins, Kings, and I'll move on whatever Daby gives me to tie with the Kings.
Oh well, you won't like mine. You probably like his. I'm gonna keep it simple here. I'm gonna tie it in with the Padres. I think, man. I think I just gotta go with the Padres money line here. Let me see what we get. Hold on. I want to see what the parlay comes out to.
B. Lee is correct. This could be considered the Cup the Balls play of the day here as well. The Cup the Balls really is shuddering when you're just a voice as well. It makes it much more haunting as well. So I can only imagine what the production crew felt like.
It doesn't have to be haunting. It doesn't have to scare you, Jose.
I think it does. I feel like now I'm just talking to my conscious now, and when I talk to myself now, I might have to be just in Jimmy the Bag voice. So it's nice to hear from you, Jimmy. I thank you.
Thank you, fellas. I'm excited about the show. So is it legitimized here? Padres, Kings?
That's mine. I bet mine. I'm in.
And it's still going to be plus money. I'm going with Padres, Kings.
Okay. Well, I will now bet both of these bets, fellas. Thank you guys for having me. I will be watching and talking in the chat, and excited about Say Hey Plays back in business here Saturdays with Jose Bouquett and Daby Cab. Great to see all of you guys in the chat. I hope you have a great weekend, and thank you for having me.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jimmy, for joining us here. We're only 2 games in, and we've had 2 guests roll through, so we thank you guys. I'll put the link in the chat here again. If you want to join us for a game here that you want to talk about, jump in, let us know. We'll have you on here, have a chat for a few 5 minutes here, and we'll keep the show rolling. Giants, Yankees, next one on our slate. I did not update the Yankees pitcher on the graphic, but it is Will Warren on the bump there. Will Warren, not Marcus Stroman, who shat down his leg yesterday, versus Jordan Hicks, a pitcher I like, a pitcher I want to back, if I'm being honest there. 5 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 home runs allowed against Seattle. 6 innings, 1 hit, no earned runs against Houston in his first start here. He pitched against the Yankees last year as well. 5 1/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 2 home runs in San Francisco, which is a difficult thing to do there, obviously. Will Warren has not seen the Giants, as you guys probably all could expect. He's had 1 good, 1 bad start to the season at Pittsburgh, 4 innings, 4 earned runs there, and then he faced the Arizona Diamondbacks, first start of the season at home, 5 innings, 1 hit ball there, 4 Ks, 4 walks here. Market in this game, very interested here. Like I said, initially my first lean was towards the Giants here. We're getting a 50-50 split, but a little more cash on the Giants. 46% of the bets, 58% of the money on Los Gigantes there. They started out at minus 130 to the Yankees. They remain there now. So seems like a pretty good line here. I'm seeing some places open this up at minus 140, opening up minus 150, then dropping down to minus 130. Heritage here opened up at minus 129, though, and is stuck it there as since. Daby Cab, any thoughts on this game? Will Warren versus Jordan Hicks.
Yeah, I got 155 on the parlay with Jimmy, by the way.
Okay, beautiful.
I had to take my time to put that in because I press the button wrong when I do it live sometimes, and it's very frustrating.
Jimmy does the same. I understand completely.
I will say once this year in baseball, I have already thought that I lost a bet and then realized that I fucking put the money on the wrong thing and won the bet. So that was nice.
There you go.
First time that I've done it the wrong way, the right way, if that makes sense. It was the first fucking day that I bet baseball this year, too. I tried to take never mind. Anyways, I tried to take the over in the Rangers, and I took the under. And the under.
That's good. That's good money right there. It's hilarious.
Yeah. But anyways, so plus 155 for Padres Kings. This I want to go under here if I was going to bet this game. I don't take unders at the Yankees Stadium. I just won't fucking do it. So that's that. I'm going to leave it at that since we're kind of stalled out. This is a great baseball game. I think this is an awesome game. I just don't want any part of it betting.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've kind of adopted that mantra as well. I will not take unders in Yankee Stadium, just as I will not take overs in Seattle or San Francisco.
Well, we're not there anymore, but yeah.
So yeah, I just Seattle, and I will not take any more unders in Sacramento either. That place has proven to be just a small little yard that home runs can be hit frequently. We'll talk about there in a second. By the way, for the weatherheads out there, just quickly mentioning here, 16, 15 mile an hour winds blowing from third to first base there. So keep an eye out on that. This game in red on RotoWire, so might be some rain in the forecast as well. Toronto, Baltimore, next game up as Helga has arisen. I have to proceed with caution. She flicked me off already. I might get my ass kicked on camera. Who knows? Blue Jays, Orioles, Bowden Francis versus Sugano. We talked about this game yesterday, so I'll keep this brief. I think Sugano might be in for a rough outing here. He played them already once, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs in his first appearance. I think that semi back-to-back, you've got the film on him, you adapt or you learn from that, you go. I think the Blue Jays batters might be in some good hitting positions here, but this line went from an 8.5 to an 8 yesterday. It stayed at an 8 today. I'm not going to go against the market, so I stayed off. Bowden Francis, good pitcher, has had rough outings against the Orioles before, but a pitcher that I think could be backed here. But no action for me here, Cab. I'll quickly again mention that let me see here, 62% of the bets and 84% of the money are on the Orioles here, and it's not really moved much towards them. So again, I think the Blue Jays are live here. I don't think Zagano has a good start. I wanted to bet the over. I haven't bet the Blue Jays. I might should, but don't think I am. So what do you think?
Jimmy said, "Tell her to cut the balls." I was going to ask you, does she tell her to let me know when she can come on if she wants, or she can call in like Jimmy. We're 1-0, Jose. We're winning betters. We win our bets. Yordan Alvarez got that. That was the most stressful bet I've had because I was rooting for Helga to cash her bet.
Yeah, she heard all this. She had a good laugh. So if you want to call in, Helga, you're more than welcome to come back. I'm sure your account's still loaded. Whatever.
1-0. That's all I'm going to say. And that unit size was bigger than Jose's. I remember that. Maybe that's why she flipped you off.
Yeah, she knows my unit size is small. Everyone, that is a well-known feature in the Jose Bouquett.
She said it's how you use the unit, not the size of the unit.
That's true. It's about the motion of the ocean, not the size of the unit. There. Wine Time Sports on Blue Jays here as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think this is a great spot to bet the Blue Jays with Francis on the mound, but maybe like a first 5 spot with the Blue Jays. And I know Wine Time's been rolling, so that makes me even more interested in the Blue Jays. I might get there with the Blue Jays. I think you're onto something there. I was going to say, and I don't mean to go about, I don't want to put this energy out there, Justin, but I got to say it. Before I saw you put full game over, I thought, I was like, I don't know why, because everybody likes these young pitchers so much. This feels like one of those ones that's going to sneak over in the first 5 and then, still somehow finish 3-2 or 4-2, something like that. But I like the Blue Jays here. I might bet it. I'll let everybody know if I do.
By the way, Sir Mackey Loves Pie saying Santander home run. I believe this is the first game of the series. So Santander's return back to Baltimore here. So I'm sure I'll get a video of the whole thing. So I see a lot of people, on both sides here. Spoons on the Orioles here. Dougie Wise free bands on the Orioles here. I lean Jays. I think I'm going to stay off. Daby Cab, I've done an excellent job of keeping my volume low this year, and I'm going to continue to do
What's
so.
Low? I haven't watched. I watched the show, but I don't pocket watch. I have no idea what your bets have been. Like 3, 5, 10. What do you think's low?
I have not had over a 7-bet day, which that's a lot, but it's typically like that is a lot.
You're still having 6-7 bets a day. That's not low. What are you talking about?
I only have 48 bets, and it's been like 2 weeks. That's pretty low for me. Pretty
Okay.
low for me. I could have 48 bets in a week sometimes last year, so keeping it low. Keeping it low. So let's keep rolling here. Mets, Oakland A's here. JT Ginn, David Peterson on the bump here. I did not get the confirmation for JT Ginn for quite a while here, so I didn't have any information written down about JT Ginn, so I had to do the old search here before the show. Ginn, 25-year-old righty. By the way, 1999, it feels like I'm fucking ancient now when I'm older than these fucking pitchers that I've seen pitch for like 2 years now. And I'm like, good God, I'm just washed now. Fuck. But he's had 2 good outings in AAA this year so far. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 11 Ks, 1 walk there. And then 5 innings, 1 hit ball to start his season, 8 Ks, 1 walk. Pretty impressive 2 minor league starts. Will it transition over? Who knows? We saw Ginn pitch last year as well. So I'm very interested to see how that works. David Peterson on the other side here, 4 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 Ks, 5 walks last time against the Toronto Blue Jays. And then in his start of season at Miami, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 home runs, 9 Ks, 3 walks there. He faced, by the way, David Peterson did the A's last year at home, 6 1/3, 3 hits, 1 run, no earned runs there, 4 Ks, 4 walks there as well. I told you this is one of these ballparks that I don't want to bet the under in. So we've seen balls fly out of this park, and we've seen totals go way over. Obviously, you can see the 9.5 here is low because we've seen 10s as well. But 73% of the bets, 66% of the money on the over in this game still. I don't want to bet an under. 87% of the bets, 90% of the money on the Mets here. And I will say this, beware Mets bettors, because this JT Ginn is not a bad pitcher. And I think that this park is kind of an equalizer. So I'll be very interested to see what people have to say about this. Let's bring back our guy, Justin McKelvey, Stacks play of the day, back with us. As he said, he's on the Mets game here. So I'm very interested to hear what you have to say, Justin. Daby Cab, I'll let you go first here. What do you think about this Mets A's game?
Well, I think that Stacks has action, but so I'm just going to let you go, Stacks. I'm going to say this. I kind of want to bet on the A's, but I'm not going to back Jen. Just not ready to back somebody who I'm not there with. I'll go more in depth, but Stacks, let me hear what you got.
I got a couple things, and I've been thinking about, and I'm going to go ahead and do it. My official play, stats play today is Pete Alonso RBI plus 125.
Very hot he has been recently. I see him hitting home runs every other day, damn.
What's he hitting, like 370 right now? Dude's tearing the cover off the ball.
And a lot of people don't know, but especially in baseball, I'm primarily a prop better. Wow. Instead of digging for sides and totals, I look for props, and I look for props for plus money. And my thing is, you always got to go with the high end. And Peter Alonso is just, I just feel like either you bet his bases, his home run, or his RBI every day, one way or the other. You just got to figure out the way. And if you're betting his RBI, you got to look at the people ahead of him. So, but I'm on his RBI today, plus 125, and I got a bonus bet for y'all, and it's a stipulation bonus bet. So this is what I'm going to do because my man don't be wanting to come on here and fuck with me, so I'm gonna expose him and put myself on the line. So I got the bonus bet is Yurfie in this game. Yes, run first inning minus 129.
Ooh.
Now, to be transparent, this is my homie GLB Bets. You know, he do data systems and all that. I'm telling him as my bonus bet, and if it lose on Monday's sesh, I got a $25 gift membership or dono, whatever y'all want to call it.
Yeah, I like
There
that.
you
But
go.
I'm still gonna root for you to win though. So that's
No, but I'm saying that's how much faith I got in my homie. Like he don't want to come out here and give it, but it's his bet. He gave out a couple days ago against the Dodgers and the Nationals, and he texted me offline. He don't want to come public. He don't want to put the shit on there, but I do it for him. And he gave out a Dodgers Nationals Yerfie over 1.5, like plus 265. It was like top of the first. It was 4-0.
nice.
Like so. He sent a Yerfie. I approve it. I didn't cap it. I bet it. If it lose, I got dono on the sesh on Monday.
My God, fucking muted like a fucking
I
donkey.
was just getting ready to say you muted. Go ahead and
See, I don't worry. I fucking caught myself though. You
yeah,
sons
but
of
you can't
bitches.
keep blaming Dabby when you do it. You gotta just
I'm
own it.
gonna, you know what, Justin? I'm gonna keep deflecting blame. That's what I do best,
No.
Justin. I'm gonna keep deflecting blame. Helga knows all about it. Dabby knows
Caught
all
me right
about
away.
it.
You didn't see me. I said, "Shh, don't say nothing. Let him keep going."
I tried
See?
not to, but I'm like, damn, I'm getting ready to catch myself out. I see him. I'm like, damn, he talking. He gonna come on here and be like, I wanted to blame Dabby, so Dabby's on here, so I want to be like Dabby.
Bro, that's right. It's you got it though. It's just trying to be like me. It's okay,
I'm
Jose.
saying instead of
I'm
just
trying.
saying I fucked up.
No, it's Justin. Helga will tell you. She's looking at me right now. She was just saying how right I was. I'm excellent, Justin, at deflecting blame. Excellent.
Well, tell Helga she need to make that bet last year. I was on here last year, and it was Alvarez, and it was the Astros money line,
There you
and she
go.
won it and cashed out.
There you go. I just she
And
heard that.
you,
Yeah.
and I remember you lost that bet, and she won because she told Dabby.
Yes, I did. That is exactly
I
what happened.
remember.
Tell him how it happened.
That is what happened.
I'm
So,
sure that made your pride feel real well.
well, she wears the pants in this relationship, Justin. So I was like, that makes sense. Everything that all tracks with how this goes.
If my girl tell Dabby and I lose and she wins, we breaking up.
Justin, I'm not telling you that those thoughts didn't run through my brain.
No, we're breaking up.
My
You
don't
feelings
even-
were hurt.
My thing is, you don't even know Dabby. So you tell him and win money, and you didn't tell me, and I lost. No, we breaking up.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, I
Seriously,
hope
like my thing,
I
I'd
hope
be
she
like,
hears
"What's
all of
Dabby's
it.
real name? What's Dabby's real name? You can't even tell me what his real name is, and you tell him, and I lose and you win. No, we're done.
She just flicked me off, but it's gonna be an interesting night here now.
And
in
you
the
bet more
No,
than
you
me.
don't even know my real name.
Yeah,
And you
and
bet more money than me.
she bets triple the unit size of me.
That's humiliating. We're breaking up.
Yeah, she pulled my pants
Quadruple,
down and
Jose.
showed me
Don't
the
lie. It's 4 times, not triple.
Yeah, I'm
There
about to
you
say
go.
4 times.
Yeah.
Math guy Jose Bouquett right here. Math guy. Jose
Hey, I'm not
Bouquet.
staying here until 1:30 today. You can Jimmy the Bag this show all you want, and shout out to our fearless leader in the chat in there. I'm not
I'm not
sitting
even
here.
coming back on here. This once this is over, I'm not even coming back on here. I'm over. I'm done for the day.
Hey, you hang up as long as you want. I'm just letting Jose know what time is it right now? 12 o'clock. I'm not going till 1, Jose.
Okay. Well,
I'll
we
still
need to
be.
speed this bitch up then. We need to speed this bitch up. Justin, I thank you. Thank you. You'll always be known as the first Say Hey Plays caller here, right behind Jimmy the Bag here, right in front of Jimmy the Bag, I should say. So thank you, Justin. Follow Justin on his Twitter that he keeps low, but he's tweeting. Justin be tweeting. I see the stacks play of the day every day now. So
Posted every day.
Justin. Shout out to you, Justin, and hopefully we'll see you very soon.
Absolutely.
Beautiful work, Justin McKelvey. Let's roll on. Daby Cab cannot be here for 2 hours, and we will roll. Jimmy has made me long-winded, by the way. People tell me that all the time now, and I'm like, fuck. Damn it, Jimmy. But we ride on. Braves Rays here, Daby Cab. Exciting game. would you have expected that the Tampa Bay Rays would be minus 145 favorites over the Braves coming into this season, Daby Cab?
No, obviously. I mean, did you? I don't know. I'm not quick-witted right now. I was going to think of some stupid comeback. Of course, I didn't think that. I didn't think the Braves would suck as bad as they suck right now. And as much as I want to sit here and say, like, I think they'll get it right, I think we saw a little bit of it last year. You know, even with all the injuries and everything, like, they're not really the Braves that we've gotten used to. I know it's early. I'm just going to say it. I don't think you rush to the window and start betting futures right now on the Braves just because you think things are going to get right. I'd wait.
Well, let's hear from another guest here. Let's bring him on. We'll start off the breakdowns here and then bring him on. AJ Smith-Shawver versus Drew Rasmussen here. AJ Smith-Shawver's last 2 outings, 4 2/3, 7 hits, 3 earned runs against Miami, 6 Ks, 3 walks. Against the Padres, he went 4 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs there, 4 Ks, 3 walks there. Against Drew Rasmussen, who's a guy who's had Tommy John's fucking like 3 times at this point. It's been crazy how many times he's had elbow injuries, but keeps coming back, keeps being good. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run. 5 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs. Very interested to hear what people have to say about this game. Let's bring on not one, but 2 guests to join us here on this program. Let's start off with our first one here. Number 1, a guy in our chat very often. It's our guy Markel joining the program.
What's up, y'all?
Joining the program from his car. It's beautiful to see you. How are you doing? Can you turn your phone sideways for us so we can see you on that sweet full screen? There we go. That's beautiful. That's beautiful work there.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
What's up, my dude? It's good to see you.
I gotta roll up, you know what I'm saying? I'm door dashing too at the same time, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta make
beautiful.
this quick. I gotta make this snippy.
Hit it. Well, hold on. The fact that you said snips, I caught that, Markel. I caught that. You son of a bitch. I've caught that. Go ahead. Tell us your play.
Man, we gotta make this quick. Ain't no cat, none of that. We on White Sox first 5 money line. That's all I got.
Oh, beautiful. White Sox first 5. Thank you very much, Markel. Thanks for dropping in. We appreciate you, my guy. Beautiful drop in from my guy, Markel. He meant to say snips there, huh, Daby Cab? He said snips very intentionally, huh?
Bro, you don't get it, though. See, that's already my favorite part of today's show, man. It's so cool getting to see some of you guys. I hope more of you that, you know, that have been in the chat, you know, that we haven't got to either hang out with or see on screen, hop on, man. Shout out to my guy, Markel, man. White Sox is his first bet on screen. What a wild man. What a wild
White Sox first 5. He said, fuck me. He said snips, and he's betting against my Red Sox, too. So Markel really said, fuck me today. So shout out to Markel. Thank you for joining us in here. Great to see my man hustling today and listening to us on the drive. So thank you, my guy. AJ Smith-Shawver, Drew Rasmussen. Let's talk about the market here real quickly and then bring on another guest here because we got to move a little pace here. 74% of the bets, 70% of the money on the Tampa Bay Rays here. And this line has gone from minus 128 to minus 137, minus 140 at certain places here. Heritage showing this line opening up at minus 132, got up actually to minus 142 and then came right back down. That's very interesting. Let's hear from our next guest here, our guy who is going to be joining us on the Sunday Night Baseball live stream. It's going to be us 3 talking baseball, watching his Chicago Cubs on a Sunday Night Baseball live stream. It is Spoon Dog joining the program. Spoons, how's it going, my man?
It's going really well. Beautiful day up here in Ohio today. 70s, sunny. Gotta love it. Daby Cab, Jose Bouquett. Great to see you guys on screen. This was my favorite show on Pub last year. You guys killed it every Saturday morning. I'm glad to have it back.
We appreciate that.
You're up here with us.
We appreciate that, Spoons. What are you on this beautiful Braves-Rays game, if this is your game you're talking about?
So I hopped on here to get in on what I assume is going to be the next game in the Marlins spot. But I looked at this really close, and I got really close to moving on the Braves. And Rasmussen is just a ground ball pitcher, and I feel like this Rays park, it's a literal copy of Yankee Stadium. So all the short fences there, as the weather gets nice, winds blowing out, I'm just scared of what can happen there. So ground ball pitchers like Rasmussen, I kind of want to back. And I look at the Braves and their bats are really due to regress. And the ground ball pitcher might not be it, but Rasmussen's had 2 really good starts so far. And it's hard to put 3 good starts together in a row in baseball. I'd lean the Braves. I just went on past it. I'm excited about this Marlins game. I've been looking forward to it for a couple of days, though.
All right, well,
Maybe
beautiful.
Alcantara is fresh off the paternity list. This is one of the best pitchers in baseball. I was looking at this yesterday when I was breaking down the game, and I was looking at the Marlins. I backed them the game before, and I was like, I can't do it 3 games in a row. I can't do it. I almost got on the Nats yesterday. I didn't, but this is a spot for him today. Sandy Alcantara. If you're trying to put your money against him, good luck. I took the -1. You can buy money line. 150 is just a little much for me, but you can get a -102. I got it at FanDuel not too long ago. I think this is a really good spot for them. The Marlins aren't a great team, but if you look at them, these bats are better than what you think they are, and I don't like the Nationals.
I couldn't agree more with this spot right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I will. I'm going to create that -1 because I'm going to have to bet it 1.5 and money line. I'm going to do that here in a little bit, but I'm going to join you on that. I think the Nationals are a fade every chance you get at the right spot, and for Sandy, this is absolutely the right spot. And you called him one of the best pitchers in baseball. Like flat out, he has some of the best stuff. That's a fact. And last year was not, Look, a 4.14 ERA in 28 games. That's not doing that in the major leagues is not easy. It's not like he went out there and sucked. He still just wasn't who he can be, right? And who he expects himself to be. I think even all season, I think it's a good chance to back him because we're going to see, more regression back towards closer to a number around 3, I think this season. Yeah, I like it. Marlins.
Well, look at this. Our guy Troy Torrance comes in and tries to drop his bulbous balls in the chat here right now. Nationals money line for Troy Torrance here. Very interesting here. Admittedly, guys, I leaned towards the Nationals here. I like Trevor Williams. 5 innings.
Trevor Williams is a chode. What do you mean look, at least Troy is like betting it because of the market or this, that, or the other. I like Trevor Williams is not a reason to bet the Nationals.
I'm a Trevor Williams defender here. I stand on my shield and I say Trevor Williams is not that bad anymore. He got better in the last few years here. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run against the Nationals last year, 3-1 win. He's had 2 pretty good starts, 5 innings, 3 earned runs, and 2 appearances.
Jose, the last few years, what are you talking about? Look, the 13 games he pitched last year, he did good. But 13 games is not very much, and that's the only time he's ever done good.
No, the year before that wasn't horrible.
He had a 5.55 ERA.
It wasn't horrible. There were moments of badness. He was a back pitcher.
6-10?
Back pitcher. That's what I heard. 6 wins. Some quality starts in there, I'm sure.
Go ahead.
But I believe in Trevor Williams to the extent that I would, if I was betting first 5 unders, Mr. Spoons, if I was that guy, I would be betting a first 5 under right here.
It's a good spot for that first 5 under if you believe in it, but I think that's garbage. I don't get on totals. You're fighting against supercomputers. That's not a thing you're going to win a battle on.
It's funny. I've my last 2 years and was the most small sample size. My totals, for whatever reason, have been just dynamite in the last 2 years too, which is hilarious here. But I tend to lean under. I don't like betting these first 5s, and I will not continue to do so here. So I'm not going to move on this game. I will watch on the sidelines and root for you.
Real quick before we hit the next game, the Tigers-Twins game. I know you guys already went over it. I put in Kerry Carpenter in the chat at +100 over 1.5 bases. Chris Paddock, I sent you some messages about him this morning. I was like, this guy is probably the only pitcher in MLB history that has walked Javi Baez more times than he struck him out. I would be hard-pressed to find a single other pitcher that's done that. Kerry Carpenter is a guy that struggles with strikeouts at times, but he's sitting second in this lineup. They're on the road. The lefty-righty splits on Paddock are very favorable for him. Same thing. He hits righties better than lefties. I think this is a spot where he probably winds up with a homer, a double. This is a good game for him. That 1.5 bases plus money. I think it's the easiest way to bet this game. From a side, Tigers just jumps out at everybody, and the market moving towards the Twins really makes me think the Twins are going to win that game. But I think that Kerry Carpenter value is a great way to start your day.
Kerry Bonds, as I've heard him called very much. So shout out to Kerry Bonds. I like the look there. I'm sure Daby Cab would be more interested in that look than me. He, the prop guy in this relationship here.
50% fastballs coming out of his hand there for Paddock.
We didn't hear what you said. What, Cabby?
Why'd you just mute me? You could hear me rolling this joint or something?
Yes. I could hear you doing whatever. So I just muted you just in case we didn't catch Daby Cab. Who knows what he was doing back there?
No, Jose.
Who knows? For your safety. I'm a great guy. But Morgan, continue.
So Paddock throws 50% four-seam fastballs. It's not a fastball with a lot of movement. It's not a fastball with a lot of speed. It sits mid to low 90s. And Kerry Carpenter last year had a 10-run value, according to StatCast, on his four-seam fastball hitting. Best among the entire Tiger team, very high among all baseball hitters. This is a spot where Kerry Carpenter hasn't been hitting the ball the best the last couple of days. Nice low aggression spot. I think ton of value here.
I like your bet there, Spoons. I like your action. Let's keep rolling here because Daby Cap got his joint rolled. That means he's ready to go. Next game, Boston Red Sox, Chicago White Sox here. Spoons, you're a White Sox hater, I assume, right?
Facts.
Yeah, Martin Perez too. Come on.
What is Martin?
I heard somebody
Perez?
call Martina Perez their ace, their stud today. I broke out laughing. I couldn't handle hearing
Well,
Martin Perez.
he probably is. He probably is. That's so bad.
Martin Perez defender. He's not horrible.
No, he's not. No, look. He's better than the last chode that you were trying to say was all right. But like, he's not an ace. That's why he said he broke out. He's a good 4 or 5 guy in your rotation. Or an okay.
He is. But I agree with everyone that's I've seen. Shout out to our guy Markel. Markel first 5, right? Cab, he was first 5 White Sox.
Yeah, now I get it though. Now I get it with Perez, and the Red Sox suck, so there's that.
I disagree with you, but they're in a rut right now, and they're not playing well. Richard Fitz on the bump here. 6 innings, 3 earned runs against Toronto and Texas in his first 2 appearances here. Martin Perez, 2 just very good outings. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run against Detroit. 6 innings, no hits, no earned runs, 9 Ks, 3 walks against the Minnesota Twins here. And that was on the road at home here. I'm very interested to see what Perez will do. He had a stretch where he pitched well against the Red Sox. His last appearance last year against the Red Sox, he went 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs there, 7 Ks, 4 walks. Obviously, Martin Perez, former Red Sox, so I'm very interested to see how that works out. The Red Sox offense has just been really, really bad recently. It's just been horrific on the season right now against lefties. Because I need to update my splits here real quick to account for the last 2 days. But against lefties, the Red Sox are 14th, 98 weighted runs created plus, a little below average. I didn't have anything on this game. I was very interested to hear what you guys have to say. Market in this one before I pass it off to our guy Morgan Spooner here. 69% of the bets, 63% of the money on the Boston Red Sox, 99 and 99 on the over here. This line went from a minus 145 where we used to play poker. It is now a minus 155 there. And we're at Heritage here. It is at minus 144 up to minus 151. Spoons, what do you think?
Like you already said, I'm not much of a White Sox fan. I'm also not much of a Red Sox fan. So anytime I start to get close to liking a Red Sox bet, I really consider it. And Richard Fitz, while he's got a funny name, I think he's a solid pitcher, and I think he's really earned his way to get here. Martin Perez, I think, is somebody that the Red Sox bats have seen quite a few times, 72 plate appearances. I think this is a spot where the Red Sox are better than what they've shown this year, and they probably find a way to win this game. Being said, I'm not trying to lay minus 160 with Dick Fitz, but it probably ships there, gets you paid more of a parlay piece than something you can work with straight. Laying minus 160s aren't a good thing to do on a regular basis, but I don't know. It's the Chicago White Sox. You need to have a really good reason to back them, in my opinion. I don't see anything that jumps off the page statistically to make me try to fade Boston today. So I'm off.
For me, I'm going to root for our guy Markel because, like I said, so far my favorite part was Markel coming up here. It was good to see you on screen, Markel. I'm going to cheer for you.
I agree.
I'm not going to make a Dick Fitz joke. I was going to, but I'm not going to do it.
I mean, that's his name. His name is Dick Fitz. That's what everyone calls him. His name is Dick Fitz. It remains to be Dick Fitz.
Jose's never heard.
He's a good pitcher. He's a good pitcher, and I love how everyone's just like just slandering Dick Fitz's name now. Shout out to my guy Dick Fitz. He's a great guy. By the way, TJ mentioning that he uses another service, and his service sends 87% of the tickets, 60% of the money on the over in this game here. So thank you, TJ. Let us know. I was thinking betting the under this game. Full game. I see this total going from 8 to 7.5. More tickets and bets on the over. I just like this under. I'm going to write it down here, and I will come back to it here. TJ, I'd love to know what you think.
Make it a first 5 under.
No, I can't. No, thank you. I definitely considered it, Cap. I definitely considered it because this would be a good place to do it. I would like to avoid the bullpen of the Chicago White Sox, who, by the way, I have their bullpen right now. Last guys they used, they got an easy win last night, so I'm sure they used interesting players. Penn Murphy, 20 pitches. Cam Boozer, former Red Sox, 22 pitches. And Brandon Eislert, 19 pitches there. That leaves Clevenger, Tyler Gilbert still available to go today. And I guess those are the guys we want here to pitch here. For the Red Sox, since we're talking about it, 49 pitches of Josh Winkowski, 19 pitches of Brandon Bernardino, and that is it. Their arms pretty well rested here today. But an under will be a very interesting look that I might be into here as well. Spoons, did you have more action?
I do. So I gave out that first look. The last game that still we haven't touched is Texas. You guys aren't going to get there till the very end. I can pop back on and do that.
Beautiful.
Let me just hold on, double check my card real quick.
No, please do so. And yes, jump back on. Again, everyone in the chat able to jump on screen with us here if you want to join in.
I'm not really a co-host, Spoon, or I would just put the graphic up for you instead of making you come back. I'm kind of just here. I mean, it's still say hey plays, even though I'm here every Saturday with them. So I can't do that, even if I could. So I guess we'll see you in a little bit.
So real quick, just Kerry Carpenter over 1.5 total bases plus 100. I'm on Marlins -1, -102. I took the Orioles money line. You guys touched on that game already. And then when you guys get to the Rangers, I'll pop back on. But I'm on that game. I think they have pitching advantages on the Rangers, and I think the offensive bats is also on the Rangers.
I agree with you. So I'm excited to hear your conversation about that game. Let's roll on here. Thank you, Morgan Spooner here. Like I said, if you guys want to join us in the chat right now, you guys can call in, jump on screen with us, do whatever you guys want to do here. It's going to be a lot of fun having you guys come in and out. Don't have to stay for long. Jump in like Markel. Give us your bet. Bounce. That's perfect right there. We love that shit. So shout out to Markel, Spoons, Justin, Jimmy, all
again for you guys. There you go.
Right all there. Of the people in there. Thank you very much, Daby Cab. Royals, Guardians, Michael Lorenzen versus Luis L. Ortiz. Luis L. Ortiz. Got to make sure these names are correct here because there's a lot of Luis Ortizes out there. Lorenzen, first start, not as good, but a second bounce back against Milwaukee. He started off 5 innings, 4 runs, 3 of them earned against Minnesota last time. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 3 Ks, no walks. Luis L. Ortiz, 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs in his last appearance against the Angels. Both these guys pitched against each team last year. Lorenzen against the Rangers went 7 innings, or against the Guardians with the Rangers. Went 7 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs. Still lost that game, by the way, Cab. 7-0. He went 7 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, and you lose 7-0. That was Rangers baseball last year. He had another outing against the Guardians. He went only 1 1/3, and I think that is the start he got hurt on, so not going to worry about that one. Luis L., by the way, 4 innings, 5 hits, 7 runs, 4 of them earned, 5 Ks, 2 walks, 2 home runs allowed, and a 3-8 loss there. Market in this game quickly before I pass it to our guy, Daby Cab here. Kansas City Royals, as I have to look and find these sons of bitches. There you are. Wow. 41% of the bets, but 68% of the money on the Royals here. So sharp action on the Royals seemingly here. And again, 99.99. TJ, let us know if you see a drastic difference there. Daby Cab, what do you think about this game?
I was looking at the first 5 over, but I'm not going to bet it. It's like there's a tax on it, right? If you want to get a 4, it's going to be like minus 125, minus 130. If you get a 4.5, it's just plus, like, basically even money, barely even plus money. So because of that tax, I'll stay away from that. I mean, maybe the first 5 with the Royals. This is a tough game, man. This is a tough game. First 5 with the Royals, possibly. I would lean Royals. I'd lean first 5 over. I don't have a bet on this one.
Okay. Well, no action here. Let's roll on here. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati Reds here. Andrew Heaney versus the returning Andrew Abbott here. His first start of the season. Andrew Abbott's had 2 starts in AAA to get him ready. Was basically supposed to make this rotation over Carson Spires, but couldn't start the season because of injury. Got 2 starts in AAA. Now back here. Last year against Pittsburgh, or in 2023 against Pittsburgh, he faced them twice. 2 innings or 2 earned runs in both outings. Good starts there. Heaney on the other side has not faced Pittsburgh yet. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 10 Ks, 1 walk there. So a good outing nonetheless there at Miami. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run in that outing. So 2 good starts from Heaney, 2 good in quotation mark lefties here facing off against each other. Let's check out how both these teams do against lefties. Pittsburgh right now, 100. Wow, these are 2 of the worst teams against lefties, Cab.
Bro, they're fucking horrible. Both these teams can't hit anything. But keep going.
111 plate appearances, 52 weighted runs created plus for Pittsburgh, not to be outdone by 129 plate appearances for the Reds and 37 weighted runs created plus against lefties. Horrible beginnings for both those teams. That is probably why this total is so low here, especially at Great American Ballpark. Cab, I like both these pitchers. If I'm being honest, I like Abbott more than I do Heaney. Obviously, I leaned Reds, but I didn't have any action on this game here. There's 61% of the bets and 92% of the money on the Reds here, Cab.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is Reds. I mean, if you ask me, like, who do I trust more? And I've watched, Heaney pitch plenty with the Rangers. It's Abbott. I trust Abbott more. There's no question, like who I think is probably the better starter. Heaney is very serviceable, right? Like, he can get outs. He's somebody that you can leave out there for a while, but he blows up. He has blow up games. It's not necessarily like he's not consistent, I guess is what I'd say. Like, he'll go out there and have 2 great starts, like what you're talking about that he's done already this season. And then on the 3rd start, he'll go give up 7 runs and 4 of them will be home runs. Like, I don't know. I think it's a red spot probably here, backing Abbott. I understand why anybody's looking at the under. These teams can't hit anything. What? They're hitting 194 and 203. Jesus. And that's as a team on the season. And then Jose just went over the numbers against lefties. I get the under. I just, I don't bet unders in Cincinnati. I don't do it, just like I don't do it at the Yankees ballpark. It's just not something that feels like a good long-term bet. And I'm looking for long-term bets, things that I feel like I can continue to ride with.
Okay, I'm gonna stay off this game. The market is kind of indicating this is a pirate spot. If I'm being honest, like I said, there's 61% of the bets, 92% of the money on the Reds here. Line has gone from minus 125 to now minus 120 ish. So I lean Reds to first start off. Market saying Pirates, so I will stay off this game here. Let's move on here to our next one. We've got Angels Astros here. Ryan Gusto on the bump here. Reliever getting his first appearance or getting his first start 4 times. He's came out. Max times he's gone is 3 innings against Tyler Anderson. You know, it's funny, Cab. Tyler Anderson faced the Astros 4 times last year. The first time, dazzled them. 8 innings, great time, got the win. Every time since then, horrible. I'll tell you, 8 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run in his first one. His last one, 2 2/3, 8 hits, 6 runs, 3 of them earned on 2 home runs there. I don't want to back Tyler Anderson. I don't want to back Ryan Gusto. Minus 150, I think is a little bit too expensive for the Astros here, but it's not something I'm very interested in. Cab, what do you think?
I laughed for you, by the way. You said it was funny, so I laughed.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with Gusto. Well, Gusto. I'm not sure what to do with him, and that makes this game a tough cap for me. I mean, a minus 150 for a guy who probably is not going to get into the 4th inning. That's a wild price. I mean, and Anderson obviously has the capability of, I mean, you just said it in his numbers. He has the capability of having a good game. I don't know what to do with this one, so I'm off.
I'm off as well. Wine time betting the Angels here as well. I mean, I could see it. It'd be Angels or nothing for me here. They put Ben Joyce on the IL, so bullpen a little bit hurt, but relatively fresh bullpen with Ian Anderson and Michael Darnell Hicks pitching a lot of innings last night. So no action here for me. I lean towards the Angels here. And thank you, TJ, for dropping these numbers in the chat here. They're very much appreciated because action, very interestingly enough, always wrong with these totals, it seems. I have 88% of the bets and 84% of the bets on the the money on the over. He has 87% of the tickets and 73% of the money on the under in this game. So very interesting here. Moving on, Milwaukee, Arizona. Corbin Burns facing the Brewers. Second time he's faced his old squad here. He went 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned in a 6-4 win last year against the Brewers. He has not had a good start yet, but this is his first start at home in Arizona here, and I think this is a start he bounces back in. Against Chad Patrick, a pitcher that I like, if I'm being honest. He's had 2 good outings to start the season. 4 2/3, 3 hits, no earned runs. 5 1/3, 2 hits, 1 earned run. But this is his first start on the road, and I'm a little worried about that here after 2 good home starts. Get him out of his element. That's probably why you see the line being so high at minus 185 here for Corbin Burns. Market in this game, we have 58% of the bets and 47% of the money on the Arizona Diamondbacks here. Line went from minus 170 to minus 172 here. We have another guest here coming on the screen here. Let's bring him on to see what action he has. He donates to the chat all the time. We appreciate it all the time. It's our guy Gorky joining the program. Gorky, my man, how goes
Hey guys,
What up, man?
nothing much, man. I'm a little bit late for the previous game. I really like the Angels in that spot.
Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you very much here. The Angels against the Astros. Tyler Anderson here. What did you move on money line here, Gorky?
I haven't moved on it yet, to be completely transparent, but it's going to be an Angels money line spot for sure.
Beautiful, Gorky. Thank you.
That Astros bullpen owes me, so they got to give it back.
That's beautiful, Gorky. Gorky, thank you so much for joining us here. Did you have any other action you wanted to shout out?
The Mets and Twins money line for me is the play of the day.
Mets and Twins money line.
Mets, Twins, and the Angels as well. Gorky, beautiful. Thank you so much for
I
jumping
already
in
put
here.
it in the chat.
Beautiful. Thank you. I'm glad that I've got it started then here. So thank you,
Alright.
Gorky. Thanks for jumping on here for a
All
little
right,
bit. We
brothers,
appreciate
keep
you,
up
my
the
guy.
great work, man.
Hell
Thank
yeah,
you,
Gorky.
Gorky.
Hell yeah, man.
Great job, Gorky, for jumping in here as
No
well.
question.
I
The
might
best
have to
part
move
of
on
this
the
show
Angels.
has been Markel and Gorky coming on, man.
Of
This is
course.
the best part is getting to be up here with you guys, man. I love what we're doing here on Saturdays. Please hit the link. We want to see more of you guys up here with us. I mean, this is awesome, man. Shout out to Gorky. He's like always in the chat, sharing his action, sharing his hard work. So shout out to him, man. What an awesome dude. Great to have him on screen. Shout out to Markel as well and everybody else. But I like seeing people for the first time.
Agreed there. Shout out to you, my guy, Gorky. Great to see you there and getting a lot of love from the chat here as well. Shout out to you, Gorky. I might have to move on the Angels now. Shout out to Gorky in the chat saying we need more Gorky. So we'll have plenty of opportunities for our guy Gorky and all of you guys in the chat to join us every Saturday here going forward on Say Hey Plays. Moving on here, and there's the chat link again for you guys. We'll keep putting it on as we go. Chase Dollander, a top prospect for the Rockies, going against Kyle Hart, a guy who went to Korea to revive his career. And Daby Cab loves him some Padres here. You don't love Kyle Hart here or Chase Dollander, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on your San Diego Padres because you love this team.
I do like the Padres. You always say I'm a Rangers fan. I think I might like the Padres more. I don't know. I'm not.
That's a lie.
I like whoever makes me money, man. And the Padres team total over has been something that's cash for me. For
probably
years, at about a 56, 57% rate when I bet it the last 3 years. So
yes, years, yes,
yeah. So in this game, I don't have a bet other than the money line parlay that I did with Jimmy. I'm not taking a run line or anything like that. I think the Rockies on the run line actually might be. This is probably going to be a close game. I don't expect Kyle Hart to come out here and deal, but I expect him to do enough. I think the Padres win the game. I think it could be a good game. But yeah, you got the Kings, you got the Padres. You get plus 155. You don't need anything else.
There you go. See, get a little LA Kings, San Diego Padres in your life here. I mean, Cab, you won't be surprised that my first instinct was to go back to the well with the Rockies. I like Chase Dollander. He's their top prospect. But the Rockies have not really developed pitching ever.
Being the top prospect on a shitty team is a tough position to be in.
Yes, there's a lot of expectations, especially a pitching prospect for Colorado.
Well, it's because you want to go in there and learn from the vets. Like you're not supposed to go in there and already be the person that everybody's looking to handle business, right? And that, with the Rockies, that's where you're at. This is a shit situation, so I feel bad for the kid.
Yes, I mean, I'm very interested to watch him pitch. His first outing, 5 innings, 4 earned runs in Coors against against the A's. I don't know. I think just the Rockies have not developed a starting pitcher in so long that I will be very interested to see how he does. I like the pitcher, but I'm very interested to see how he does. Rockies under, by the way, here is being bet according to TJ, 94% of the tickets and 98% of the tickets are on the under, but 58% of the money is on the over in this game. I mean, I can see why Chase Dollander against a really good really good Padres lineup, and Kyle Hart is not really too much of a guy that really gets your juices flowing to back him. He had a 0.2 innings pitched outings, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, no strikeouts against the Cubs. Cab, have you ever had one of those outings where you picked up the ball, you threw your first pitch, and you're like, oh, fuck, I can't throw a strike today?
Yeah. Course, everybody has. Anybody who's pitched for any amount of time knows exactly what that feels like.
See, now I want you to think about that feeling, but every single time, and that's what I felt like every time, Cabby Cab. So there you go. I have no action on this game. Cab likes the Padres. Anything you want to add on this game?
No, but in order to have that feeling for real, you had to first have the feeling that you could do good, right? It's like the yin and yang type thing. Like the reason why it sucks so bad that I couldn't throw a strike is because all the other times I could. If you're saying you could always not throw a strike, then how did it really affect you?
Because I really wanted to throw a strike. I really wanted to. It just didn't. It just wasn't happening.
Okay,
Wasn't happening. My one proud moment of pitching Daby Cab, I struck out this asshole dude with a splitter that I'd never throw, and it was so obvious I was trying to throw a splitter because I'd just be like fucking trying to get the ball into my fingers, and it would be the most obvious thing ever. But I struck him out because I'm a badass. Daby Cab, 60, 65 coming at you from the side, a little difficult to deal with, you know. Chicago Cubs, Los Angeles Dodgers, Roki Sasaki on the bump here versus Ben Brown. These guys have seen each other once already. Ben Brown as a reliever in the Japan game and 2 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. And Roki in his first appearance in the Dodgers uniform, 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 3 Ks, 5 walks. I do not want to back Roki Sasaki at all. I think he's still trying to figuring his legs out here. He's kind of like Bambi trying to walk. His first good outing last time, 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 4 Ks, 2 walks, out of being taken out of the 1 2/3, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 Ks, 4 walks outing. I'm very interested to see how he does here again, but I just need him to show me something before I can back him personally. So I don't plan on moving on this game unless the market is really trying to say something here. 88 and 92% of the money on the Dodgers here. This has gone from minus 180. I'm seeing down to minus 172 where we used to play poker at. And I'm seeing a minus 170 at Heritage. That was a minus 169. So not much action here for me, Daby Cab. What'd you think?
I'm giving him one more chance, man. Look, if you look at Ohtani's numbers, right, like he's he's hitting fine. He's just below 300, but he's only covered his total base prop 3 out of the last 10 games. Like, I mean, he's not covering props. And that's why, you got to really pay attention in baseball if you're betting something. But 4-0 last game, this is a situation where he's for sure going to get another 4 at bats, possibly 5, right? Depending on how the game plays out. I took Ohtani's total base prop here. Minus 105, coming off a no-hit game. I think he bounces back. I think he gets his average back over 300. I think there's value on it just because of the fact that he hasn't been hitting the numbers. So Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 total bases, minus 105.
Minus 105. It's so funny that the total bases, it feels like such an easy bet. Like you're minus 105 for Shohei Ohtani. And it feels like it should.
Anybody who thinks that's an easy bet's wild. Now, hits, runs, RBIs over 1.5. That is where I think a bet it gets semi-easy, right? But in order to make that bet, you got to go get somebody like Brandon Marsh or somebody shitty at the bottom of the lineup.
That is funny. Zofe says agreed. He's due. Shout out to you, Zo. Roger that on New York Mets money line and the Boston Red Sox money line. Nice to see you. Roger that here as well. I kind of leaned White Sox in that game again, if I'm being honest, but no action for me in that game. Let's move on to our last game and let's welcome back our guy, Morgan Spooner, to the chat or to the screen here. Morgan, nice to see you again. Thank you so much. Rangers, Mariners here. Let's break it down because this is another game. And this is, I guess, one of the few games here today. I've been passing quite a few games, but this is one of the games I was interested in backing here because I was pretty surprised to see Brian Wu as a minus 150 favorite. I thought this would be like minus 120, if that here. And now we're seeing a minus 150. Surprised me here. Let's talk about both guys, Wu and Rocker, both pitchers that are highly touted. Wu, 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 6 Ks, 1 walk in his start against the Giants versus the A's at home, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run. Faced the Rangers last year once, 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, and a 5-6 loss against the Rangers last year. Rocker on the other side, rocky start to the season, 3 innings, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, but bounced back against the Tampa Bay Rays at home, 5 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run there, and a shockingly low 1K no walk start. He's a kind of a K master. Didn't have to use it there. Wasn't missing bats, which is maybe a concern there. In his start against Seattle last year, 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 7 Ks, 2 walks there. Line opened up at minus 135, I'm seeing, which is very interesting. Minus 134 at Heritage up to minus 137, and where we used to play poker at minus 135 up to minus 140 here. Market in this game I mentioned here again, 61% of the bets on the Seattle Mariners, but only 53% of the money on the Rangers there. So some sharper, maybe not sharp, but I guess bigger bets on the Rangers there. 39% of the bets, 53% of the money on them there. Bunch of money and bets on the over. I'm sure TJ put in the chat already what his numbers say. I just very interested to see what you guys have to say about this game. I lean Rangers. The market's kind of shoving me off. We'll start with Spoon Dog since you're jumping in here. What do you think?
Yeah, I already said it, but I'm on Texas Rangers here. I think Kumar Rocker is going to be a really good pitcher in the major leagues. He's got 5 different pitches that he can put out there. And I think he was even showing a 6 pitch in the last game. And I think that plays really well here. The Mariners Stadium isn't that hitter friendly, but there's a short fence there. And if you can put balls on the ground, you're going to have a better shot of being successful here. And that's what he does. If you look at like his batted ball profile, 57% of the balls that come out of him go on the ground. And that plays really well in almost any park. So I'm going to try to find a way to back this kid a lot. Brian Wu is kind of the opposite. He's a fly ball line drive guy. A lot of his stuff goes that way, almost 80%. So I think this is a spot where the Texas Rangers bats continue to play well. I think Kumar Rocker outperforms Brian Wu. And the bullpen for the Rangers, a lot of people are still scared about it, but I think there's a lot of healthy arms there, and it's next man up. I think this is really good value, plus 125. If we come back here next year, a couple weeks into the season, Brian Wu's pitching for the Mariners and Kumar Rocker's pitching for the Rangers. This line is flipped, minus 150 to the Rangers, plus 125 to the Mariners, and I'm going to take that value right here.
Wow. On the Rangers there. Daby Cab, what are your thoughts on your Rangers?
I mean, the only way I would bet it would be back in the Rangers in this spot. You know, I've actually faded Brian Wu with the Rangers successfully over the past year. I was going to say 2 years. Yeah, 2 seasons, I guess, in the right spots. He's done well against them a couple times. I just on the right spot at the right time with them. I think the value is on the Rangers for sure here. You know, they have lost 3 of their last 4, so they're going to be, you know, they're going to be locked in. I go over these numbers here. Sorry if I'm struggling because I was looking at a couple props that I was thinking about betting. I'm not going to be able to get there just because I don't like the props in Seattle. Like you said, they should be extremely like plus money right now, and they're not. So maybe that's telling that the Rangers are the side.
Okay, very interesting here. Spoon, any last thoughts here before we move on to our recap here to see what we're all betting here?
So you didn't hit it, but the Dodgers pitcher in his last game when he got pulled earlier, it was going around X and Instagram and all of that, just him crying, the pictures on the sideline. Rather entertaining picture to look at. And if you put that next to the Dodgers, I don't know how you could possibly bet the Dodgers today. I think the Cubs are in a bad spot in this series. I'm a big Cubs fan. I was looking at Sunday's game beforehand. They always do poorly on standalone games, and especially Sunday night baseball. I've had that circled as a spot to fade the Cubs for years. So kind of looking like a sweep to me. But if the Cubs have a chance to get one, I think it's today. I think Ben Brown has a chance to pitch well. We'll see. Good luck today, everybody.
Beautiful Spoons.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for jumping in here, my guy. We appreciate you as always here. Thank you to Spoons Bets. Daby Cab, let's recap our action here. Let's figure out what the fuck we are on. And by we, I say me. So Daby Cab, go ahead. Please drop that heat. Let us know what you're on here.
Bryce Harper, over 1.5 total bases at plus 105. We got that parlay with the bag. He's got the Kings, and I've got San Diego. So the Kings in NHL, San Diego here in MLB, you're going to get plus 150 to 155. I got 153, so pretty good number. I took Shohei Ohtani, over 1.5 bases, minus 105. I hope he gets it, because if he doesn't, I'm going to fucking bet it again tomorrow on the goddamn stream. Like, just get it tonight so I don't have to bet it again tomorrow. Get it tonight so I can bet it again tomorrow, too. How about that? Shohei? I'll go with that. So Ohtani over 1.5 bases. I might get there with the Angels. Shout out to Gorky. I agree with that bet. And I also might get there with the Rangers. I just haven't done it yet. Actually, I'm going to take the Rangers. Shout out to our guy Spoon. I'm going to roll with them on the Rangers here at plus money. I do agree with them that there's value on them at the plus money spot. So,
And you're riding with Markel on White Sox first 5?
I'm so glad he got on the show with us today.
Yes. Shout out to you.
I'm not making that bet. I hope he wins it. I'm rooting for him, but I'm not betting the White Sox.
Markel, it was nice to see you. It was a great moment. Thank you for jumping on here for a bit, my guy.
I mean, Perez is the better pitcher. I'm rooting for him. I just not betting the White Sox.
I agree with you. And shout out to Gorky Hill here as well. I'll mention you here in a second, Gorky. But my official action here, let's talk about that. But first, Daby Cab. We have one more guest, it seems like, is going to sneak his way in here. And God damn it, I'm glad he did. We have a beautiful UFC card here tonight. And this guy wants to jump on and talk about the UFC. Let's bring him on. Let's play his intro. And he's a call-in, so I can't wait to hear it. It's the one Kong's Clips joining the program. Kong's my man. How goes it?
It goes well. Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. It wouldn't be a Saturday if I didn't pop my head in the fucking show, right?
Nice to see you,
All
Kong.
right.
Well, nice to hear from you, Kongs. I hear you don't have MLB, but you came with goodies because there's a hell of a UFC tonight, huh?
Yes, sir. So, Medicaid Monday, I gave out Diego Lopez by KO at plus 500. We have got $1.80, $1.80 of line movement. It is now plus 320 at most books. I still think there's value on this play. It is a 2-unit play of mine. Diego Lopez to win by knockout tonight. Alexander Volkanovski's been knocked out 2 fights in a row. Both fights he's been pushed up against the cage, and he's gotten slept. Diego Lopez is super aggressive. I think he comes out, he puts Volk up against the cage, finds his chin, and gets Volk out of there early by knockout. So I still endorse the plus 320. I could see it even coming down some more before the fight starts. Diego Lopez tonight by KO. And it's where I'm at. I'm big on it.
Beautiful. Kongs, if the bettors that you're talking to perhaps have smaller balls, would you also like Diego Lopez win inside the distance plus 145?
Absolutely. If you're going to do that, just take his money line. It's sitting at plus 125 on FanDuel. You don't have to worry about the finish equity. It's 20 cents. So I say you just take his money line.
Okay. All right. Well, beautiful, Kongs. I thank you very much for jumping in, giving us a ring, and letting us know what you're on, my guy. I'm excited to see you in the chat here, and hopefully we'll see you in the chat, maybe even on screen for the UFC here.
Absolutely. Love you guys. Appreciate you for having me. I fucking hate baseball season. I'll be that guy. Fuck baseball. Fuck everybody that bets it. I had a better year last year. I only lost 71 units in baseball. Yeah, fuck baseball, bro.
Let's get this fucking guy out of here now. This guy slandering baseball on the way out here. I was about to give him the old heave ho midway, but I'll let him finish. Shout out to you, Kongs. Thank you for jumping in here. That was a great note in there. Troy, we are wrapping up the show here, Troy, but here is the link if you'd like to join. We'll give everyone one last go if you guys want to jump on the show here. You're muted here, Cap, so I can't hear you, but go ahead.
You want to go ahead, and if he's going to hop on, and as much as I want to be up here with Troy, I actually do got to be out of here in 15 minutes. So,
well, Troy, you have about 5 minutes to jump on here because we are going to finish this show right about now here, Daby Cab. I'm on Minnesota Twins money line minus 145. I am on the Oakland A's here plus 122. I am on the Minnesota LA King parlay as well. I am on the Angels full game money line plus 138. Shout out to you, Gorky, my guy. Shout out to you. It's great to have you on here. I'm tailing that action. Wine Time also on it. Shout out to you, Gorky. Let's cash together here. Appreciate everyone here for jumping in the chat. The people that jumped on screen, thank you guys. You guys are the backbones of this channel. We appreciate all of you. Keep jumping in here on these Saturdays. We love hearing from you guys. Give us your 2-minute, 3-minute best bet. Call in, jump on screen, jump on camera, however you guys want to do it. We thank you. Daby Cab, anything you want to plug here before you get out of here?
I mean, plug, man. You guys know the deal. Pub Sports Radio. Tune into everything we got going on. UFC's on tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with the live stream. Thank you guys. You guys that hopped on screen, Jose said it. This is the best part of my Saturday. There's no question about it. Getting to see you, Markel, you, Gorky on screen, hanging out with Spoon Bets, hanging out with Wine Time. Well, he didn't get on today, but Kong, Jimmy, all you guys, man. I love this shit. I love gambling with you guys. I love learning from you guys. We'll be here every Saturday all year. Jose, wrap this shit up. Let's go.
Yes, let's wrap this shit up. Don't forget, Sunday night baseball live stream, myself, Cab, and Spoons Bets this Sunday night, talking baseball, watching the game, live betting. So shout out to you guys. Thank you all. Zoe, Oldie, Saturated. Thank you guys. Say hey, and we'll see you guys next time. As I need to find a video to click.
The 2024-25 NHL regular season is coming to an end, which means it is time for our second annual Pub Sports Radio NHL Playoffs Confidence Pool. $50 to enter, of which $3 will be taken for credit card costs. $47 will go into the prize pool. The top 10% will get paid. And all you have to do is pick a 20-player roster. You put 20 players together from any of the 16 NHL playoff teams. You get 1 point for a goal, 1 point for an assist, and the capper whose roster collects the most points will be crowned champion. The regular season ends on Thursday, April 17th. The playoffs start Saturday, April 19th. You must get your picks in by then. Sign up at pubsportsradio.com and get that cash.